Door knocking. So, I often refer to, whenever I talk about this, it's, the big question is to knock or not to knock. That is the question. So, it's a pretty standard way, and it's been used throughout the decades and decades past to increase, so for agents to increase their listings. But there are laws and regulations around that regulate how we actually engage in door-to-door sales or telemarketing, because that's what it is. It's no different from what doesn't matter what you're selling. You're selling your services as an agent to list their property. So it's door knocking as a sales or a marketing agent. So there are some very easy guidelines that the ACCC, the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, have put out about unsolicited consumer agreements. So what we need to look at here is that an agent, what's on the ACCC website really, an agent engaging in door-to-door sales is not allowed to visit or call during the following times: on Sundays or on public holidays. So no door knocking tomorrow. Before 9 a.m, so can't go in before 9 a.m, or after 6 p.m. on weekdays, before 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m. on Saturdays. So some really, very, very strict timeframes there. And the agent must tell the consumer, so the person who opens the door, you must tell them your name. You need to advise the name and address of the agency that you're representing. Advise the purpose of your visit. So, this is, obviously, I'm here to, give you a free appraisal, on your, an opinion of price on your property, or, whatever, you're actually trying to look at here. Tell them that they can be asked to leave at any time, that and that you will go. And if they do ask you to go, you leave immediately, and you cannot return to that property within 30 days. So they're the constraints or the restraints around door knocking and the rules by the ACCC. So one very important point here to remember is that any contract entered into when you've done a door-to-door sale. So if you actually, somebody goes, yeah, come on, I'm actually thinking of selling my house. Apart from your heart going, oh yes, this is an exciting point in your day. So if you've done that from a door knock, it actually becomes an unsolicited consumer agreement, and that agreement has different rules. It has a 10 business day cooling off period. Not the 1 business day that we have on agency agreements when they're entered into, but a 10 business day. Now, that doesn't include Saturdays, whereas our 1 business day cooling off period on signing an agency agreement that's not come from door knocking does include Saturdays. So, there's some real fine lines here that we need to be aware of. So it starts the business day after. So if you sign it up on Friday this week from a door knock, then you would start your 10 business days on the next business day, which is the Monday, okay? And the consumer can terminate the agreement verbally or in writing. So verbally or in writing, not the way you have to terminate if it's done without the door knock, at any time during that 10 business day cooling off period. So just be aware that, it might be better to, if you door knock and they say, yeah, yes, I'd love this, have a chat with them and say, how about I come back tomorrow and I've done this and I've done this, leave them with a consumer education guide, leave them with a blank agency agreement, and then when you come back the next day, well, then it's not being signed from the door knock. It's now an arranged appointment. So you go back into your 1 business day. So, there's ways around this, but you're giving people an opportunity to think about what they're doing, read some documentation about what they're doing before they're making those decisions. So as I said, the cancellation or the rescinding of an agreement can be delivered personally via post, can be emailed, however it gets to you, it gets to you. So and it can be given from the day that that they've actually signed that agreement. So so as we said, that difference between the Property and Stock Agents Act requiring just the 1 business day, it's a big difference between the 2 sets of rules. So just be aware that difference is that the 1 business day or that includes Saturdays, or the 10 business days that doesn't include Saturdays. So as we said, leave all of those other information with them. Come back the next day. So you need to be Careful how you do it. You need to plan how you're doing getting your listings. Door knocking's still there. Many agents still do it. And if that's a technique that you use and that works for you, then just be aware of the rules around getting an agency agreement signed at the time when you first knock on that door. So worth going on to the fair trading site, getting on getting onto the internet and doing an internet search on door rules, or go onto our website and read our newsletter that we did quite some time ago. But there's a search bar there, just knocking, to knock or not to knock, was the name of what we wrote a long time ago. So which talks about all of those things and gives you some links to go and have a look at some more information. So